over basic Kimura. I'll do the setup, but we're gonna go much beyond just your basic Kimura. I'm gonna go into an arm trap where I'm completely immobilizing my opponent, taking out both limbs, taking out his arms. But the setup is important, so I'll give a little bit of detail on the setup of the Kimura. On my Kimura, whenever I'm side control, right, I want my opponent's arm off and shoulder off the mat. I want my knee up by his head, and I want the armpit control and the head control, and I want to give the shoulder pressure, keeping my opponent looking away from me here. To set this up, most guys are going to try to come in and get the arm in front of my neck, coming short to defend here. I'm going to stop this by just dropping my head, and anytime he reaches up, I just drop my head. I always have to be aware of my base. I'm going to come out, I'm going to swim in, out, and get the wrist. Once I do this, I'll go ahead and release the neck, come in front of the head, elbow to the ear, and I push his head into my thigh. This is locking him down tight. I'm going to move to north-south as I go into the Kimura. So I'm coming in, my Kimura grip. I'm raising my right leg slightly, and I'm pinching here, pinching. I'm staying tight, really tight, keeping pressure against his, the back of his arm here, pressure down. So I'm staying tight. When I tie off the arm, you can do it several ways. I can go in the belt. The belt comes loose sometimes. I can use the gi. I don't feel that as quite as tight as going into the pants. I always like the pants, but these will work. But this right here, it's tight. So once I have his arm locked down, I can go ahead and release his head. I like to come right to the knee, to his side. If a guy tries to run away, I control him. All I do is control him at his shoulder and control him with knee pressure. I'm going to control him here. If he tries to put his back to the mat, I don't let him. My knee and my pressure of my hand keeps him here. My first line of attack here, I always like to do is coming in, slipping in to the collar, and I like to go into a bow and arrow. But what happens a lot when I go into this, guys start to block me. They keep me out completely here. When this happens, what I'll do is I'll just won't even go for that anymore. I'll come to his lapel, pull it out. Right here, I'm staying pressure into him here, and I'm not going to let him run, or I'm not going to let him come back. Sometimes he may start to go, and we'll circle together here. I'll stay with him. I'm going to come in, reaching under the armpit, and I'm going to open him up. I get this tight as I can get it. This grip under his armpit is important. I grip it as tight as I can into his armpit. Once I have it, I pull it back and open. This opens it up. Even if he tries to defend now and bring that arm in to his neck, I can open it up. I got a gap here. From here, what I want to do is I'm coming up to my feet. Step up, step into his armpit, right into his armpit area. Once I have this, I'm going to drag him right on top of me. So I'm going to sit, drag him, throw my hook into his leg. I can go ahead and release the grip on the lapel. Now he has no avenue of defending. He could try it if he wants. Right here, there's no avenue of defending my grip into his lapel. A lot of times right here, this will work just fine. I'll lay back. But to add pressure, foot over the head, lay back. A lot of pressure there. Let's go. I'll go into it without any narrative.